Hello everyone, welcome to Changfied YouTube channel, your trusted source for latest update across South Sudan and beyond. Today we bring you four major stories. The Army Chief Thanksgiving Parade in Bilpam, a woman caught in crossfire in Rumbek, a United Nations warning of possible war in South Sudan, and a tragic hospital attack in Sudan. Stay tuned as we unpack this important report. Before we proceed, please help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video, you can be notified. Let's begin our first top story. Army Chief All Thanksgiving Parade. On Tuesday, October 29, 2025, South Sudan Chief of Defense Forces General Paul Nang Majok held a Thanksgiving military parade at the Army headquarters in Bilpam. In his first address after being reappointed, the Army Chief thanked President Salva Kiir Mayardit, who is also the Commander-in-Chief of the South Sudan People Defense Forces, for trusting him again with this high responsibility. General Majok expressed deep gratitude to all soldiers, both men and women, saying his new term was possible because of their hard work and loyalty. He promised to begin his second term with renewed energy and discipline. During his speech, the general announced new directive to clean up and strengthen the army. He ordered all units to remove ghost name, those who receive salaries but don't serve, and make sure that real soldiers are the one being paid. He warned that anyone caught stealing salaries will repay the money and face punishment. General Paul Nang also banned the selling of military food rations, saying soldiers deserve to receive their rightful share. He instructed division commander to make sure food reached the troop on time. To ensure this, he directed the Assistant Chief of Defense Forces for Administration, Finance, and Personnel, along with military intelligence and the military police, to monitor the situation closely and take strong action against anyone who breaks the rules. General Majok reactivated the salary payment committee to make sure all payments are made fairly and on time. He also repeated a strict order for permanent removal of illegal checkpoints and warned that anyone trying to reestablish them will be arrested again. The Chief of Defense Force further instructed immediate implementation of the verdict passed by the District Military Court Martial, as already approved by the Commander-in-Chief. General Majok also spoke strongly against those who have taken up arms against the government, mentioning former Minister Honorable Nial Deng Nial, who recently rebelled. He said the army will defend peace and stability at all costs. The general ended his speech by encouraging soldiers to remain united and disciplined, promising to work closely with all servicemen and women under his command. The Thanksgiving event concluded with prayer, music, and celebration among the troops at Bilpam. Before we proceed, please help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell. Let's move on to our second top story. Woman shot in crossfire in Rumbek. Now to Lagos State, a tragic story from Rumbek. On Tuesday night, a woman was shot and injured during an exchange of gunfire between army youths and security forces. The shooting happened in Makoy, the area where late Dr. John Garang once lived. Army youths from Kettle Camp entered the town with weapons, and when the security force tried to stop them, a clash began. During the shooting, a stray bullet hit a woman in the back. She was immediately taken to Rumbek State Hospital for treatment. Lagos State Acting Minister of Information William Kojikarjik told the media that the presence of a large number of army youths was seen as a major threat to the security of the town. He said the youths are not allowed to carry guns inside town. Kirjok explained that the army group might have been trying to scatter and avoid arrest. Though their true intention remain unclear, authorities are still investigating whether it was a revenge mission or related to cattle raid. Fortunately, there were no deaths, only the injured woman who is now in stable condition, according to hospital director Dr. Tehran Madi Tehran. He confirmed that she was hit accidentally during the crossfire and is now recovering after medical care. Civil society activist Daniel Ladd condemned both the shooting and the army use movement in the town. He says such incident caused panic among residents and urged the government to use targeted operation instead of random shooting that put civilians at risk. He also advised young men to stop carrying guns in town and villages, warning that rearmament has gone too far and continue to endanger innocent life. The people of Rumbek are now calling for stronger community policing and dialogue to prevent such violence from happening again. Let's move on to UN warn of possible war in South Sudan. Please help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload any video you can be notified. In New York and Juba, the United Nations Commission on Human Rights in South Sudan has raised a serious warning, saying the country could slide back into full-scale war if urgent action is not taken. Speaking to the UN General Assembly, Commissioner Barney Afako says South Sudan's 2018 peace deal is falling apart. He said there's renewed fighting, more political arrests, and even airstrike in civilian areas. Afako told the world that the ceasefire is not holding and that political detention are being used to silence voices. He said all signs show South Sudan is moving closer to another deadly conflict. The UN report says fighting has increased across the country, especially since March. Over 370,000 people have been displaced, while millions more are struggling without safety or food. Nearly 2.5 million South Sudanese refugees are refugees in neighboring countries, and another 2 million remain displaced inside the country. Commission Chair Yasmin Sok said the suffering of civilians is not an accident. It is a result of poor leadership and political failure. She said the people are being bombed, women are being raped, and children are forced into fighting. This war on the people is man-made and can be stopped if leaders are held accountable. The Commission urged the United Nations, the African Union, and regional bodies to take immediate coordinated action to stop the crisis. They call for justice, saying peace will not come from words or promises, but through real action, protecting civilians, ending impunity, and creating fair institutions. Another commissioner, Carlos Castrin Fernandez, added that corruption remains one of the biggest cause of South Sudan problem. He said billions of dollars from oil have been stolen, while hospitals have no medicine, schools have no teachers, and soldiers go unpaid. He warned that corruption is not just an effect of war, it is one of the engines driving it. The Commission has called for faster establishment of the hybrid court for South Sudan to bring justice for crime and corruption. The report concluded by saying South Sudan people cannot bear another collapse, and accountability can no longer be delayed. Let's look at the tragic hospital attack in Sudan. Please help the channel by subscribing and turn on the notification bell so whenever we upload a new video you can be notified. And now we move to Sudan, where horrifying news has emerged from the city of El Fasher in North Darfur. The United Nations say more than 460 people were killed after an attack on the Saudi maternity hospital. One of the worst incidents since the war began. This is very shocking. UN spokesman Stephen Dujarric described the attack as horrendous and said it highlighted the terrible toll of Sudan's ongoing conflict. The attack killed patient, medical worker, and family members who were seeking safety inside the hospital. Since fighting broke out in April 2023, the World Health Organization has confirmed over 185 attacks on hospital and clinic in Sudan, leaving more than 1,200 people dead and 100 injured. This year alone, nearly 15 new attacks have killed close to 1,000 people. The violence has also spread to North Kordofan, where 5 Red Crescent volunteers were killed and 3 others went missing while distributing food. In total, 21 humanitarian workers have lost their lives since the start of the war. The situation for civilians is desperate. Over 36,000 people fled El Fasher in just 3 days this week. Many of them sleeping in the open without food, clean water, or shelter. The elderly, people with disability, and the wounded remain trapped inside the city with no way to escape. In response, the UN has released $20 million from its emergency fund to help provide aid in Darfur and Kordofan. But this effort faces serious challenges. The Sudanese government recently expelled 2 senior World Food Program officials, making it even harder to deliver life-saving assistance. UN officials are calling on all sides to stop fighting. They remind the world that civilian aid workers and medical staff must always be protected. Meanwhile, a report from the ground accused the Rapid Support Force RSF of carrying out mass killing in El Fasher after taking control of the city. Yale University researchers say satellite images confirm large-scale execution and ongoing violence. Witnesses say more than 2,000 civilians were killed during the militia invasion, with attack happening even in mosques and hospitals. The Rapid Support Force, led by General Mahmoud Abdan Daglo, is now accused of repeating the same atrocities that shocked Darfur 20 years ago. El Fasher fall marked a dangerous turn, leaving much of Darfur under Rapid Support Force control and civilians caught in unimaginable suffering. And that's the news for today, October 29, 2025. From South Sudan army reform to the ongoing struggle to Sudan, one thing is clear: peace and accountability remain urgent for our people and our region. Jawlin konme banrai ketin kontin charen latre wacha ka South Sudan kantin konji to Sudan. Bani jodati banakalin kel kila rebad bajatina banakalin akan konu niam mi jiram jidid gwasame gorjen ojin de subscribe kede notification bell de jetwan committee kamishi bare da shamala shupikeji bana jeto ka man chala rai ke juba ka kwiwut ka man ke General Paul Nang ka shankara ka jok jen ala shanga jandang roid bangon ka pai warwon kin dangro jandang roid dich la South Sudan Chief of Defense Forces General Dr. Paul Nang Majuk jela do nene she military parade jela re wika juba ka chakalar mal and wo chloy na teza long ka ta dan shigalet ke je headquarter ke bill farm jen jo me chala don General Paul Nang jen take jom chalat gwasame jen chlo de tez ko chaja kwanye self kema yadit Sheloy test shelar self kema yadit ka chal shelar netin kontin ladini ko jene chaja nokon wobe neme be nyok kami lede je kebe kwerbe nyok jekso jo me jene chlo de test longa ta danan chaje noko jen wobe la kwere nyok General Majok jen che telwade che jelar dini man kene wuni kata dana shanyo ko belle rui ke jakare ko jen shangara oden tama ano bala kwar ke kwade ni medit no chela do nena kay jen kwar ro na me chakam me bemandana der lat ko der dini der ka lok be jalat no ke kamandana der la rewi ka South Sudan general te ke jom chelat gwase me no yala do ne betedi alte konte kan lat kware cha kwanga gwade ne jen bakalalet chala do ne betin chalke ghost name re wika South Sudan ghost name go shooting kon tin telot ke shoot nent dong chiran ti yede che jen ke chiran che de che japal and then ba shoot ma bo ngure de ka ka yo ko jen shoot money chakula do ne jen kan all the ghost name baka deal remove ke baka watch ana cha jaw mo cha jalat cha nyolat ban wo jen ba salary la youth la kam ke de ni ba ka nyokam to ka kap NFI ba ka kap ka cha la do ne rami mu wa je ka cha yo cha ka kwalla yo de ni jen ba je yen ke ba je ke ka ta dana dong che mi je che de la ke je jen ta ramba pal mi je rami mu wa je ko ga kwan de ni ke ko gi be ni de ni ke ni mi la dung de ni mo ka be ko ka cha je je jira mo ken ba ji punish ka ba ji yen ken cha la do tele cha gurno betike kwan de ni ke military food ration mi ba ko ke ne doro mo ram wa je ka je shit ko titi ka la ko kanun by the way la kan ka ko mi chi den je kap wal ken kwandie na na shibin ba ko ka ne tin kontila commander ken ke general ken je ko la do ne ram wa je ko ko kwan gwa se mene je la do ba je dil yen sheo doro me che je top ka cha assistant chief for defense force for administration che lare che finance and personal che lare ka chenetin kontila military intelligence bare wi ke juba wona ka military police and wo ba situation mission men wo nanka yunen kontin la deni ke chamgo kondien ko do mi shajen kene kwa ko monitor en rammo mu waje ga lo bere ba jalat anono baramo ba yen chela no en general majok en wo ba salaries ba ka release ka en date me tere date ka kala ka real date ke jan point de date date rammo ba yoga ba ka barami mo waje ga lo shi date jane changare al che bje ke tel yod ba kam ke anyok en chief of defense force Paul nang che mi dien che nyok lat gwasme jani che verdict che lat anu district military court martial jani ba je nyok mi lep ko je ke chale bonne che jo mo che jalat jani entama bare dial ba kare ale kare wi ka South Sudan en jen ka jodan che lat gwasme che woning che ditop jeral ma jog ke gwadran rajatin chala do nena jene entama gor jeno kendi ni dial widien betishunka ka kuyut ko menchal ke minister la former minister honorable nyal deng nyal en chala do chitia ke chirable against the government ka jodan kanalat ay kenni en rami mu wajik mara ke nyal deng nyal rammo chaje bi pelika baje kaf ka baje yen ka taran jikalat ke jem kenne en rami mu honorable nyal deng nyal wije support ke deni ka baje ngaj ko right now jigana ngai keno dong no honorable nyal deng nyal dong te kene tel alo yal ke je ka den tin kon te bil pam ajen mu top kan woni ga jemon go ene de waje go en o mare ken nyal deng nyal ko ci kon ling me chang ne nyal deng nyal point te ti ay ci ro do mu ke bonda ke part dam do den mu ci South Sudan Salvation Movement en bonda namo ken la no de ni ka wen den antama gorga jen wore SSPDF forces tila de ni South Sudan tin pinkem ya di kan dial ku ken ka partition ke gor ken o metera me mo melalo yal kan nyal deng nyal baram mo baje kef ka jodan chala de ken ne me dere we ka ya ka di yeneling jordan gwas me chala do sha sheikh cha jaber dor shal kermbek ban jeling kalleg state awate kerek mi to gre wishin wi mi awa chingwani tungwan ngwane jane shiga berere akurumbek awa jel ken kameken wa ken ngwata ma shika kalai kenetin kontila security force lo nyine ken mi nyin kan re ka joran chalat ke je no kama koy wajen gwada nanen shu wa ma koy jen gwade ci Dr. John garan ma biyo sha kon tene wal ne ka gwase dan wan wena mo kan wan ti wa kan wan kon la te ko hok wa ci gbere wi ka meken wa bini en gwaz mo chwa gwi no ba ka caption ne tin kon la SSPDF ajen do badan to kor ke je kam jane ke ne din SSPDF ci kor mo cho tok chu dokel mi cha yot wa chu we chu shega mo chu yu ber jode ci leg state acting minister of information William ko je kar jok chalat yala do ne shi mishir kana me chat work a misunderstanding between SSPDF Kenetin kon tila civilian de kolar no tila ngene jane tin taka mech rewich achikala no che de gwano de ngwande ga berere ka mech no re dwarami but kene jere ga dan chi tu kono mo no shi ne cha shek cha jo ber but ram chiliu wad dan shi ga yeten civil society activist Daniel Latkon chikana condemn mishir kana me ekanmen chala da mijek ko de na nyin re rek ka jogo ne tin kontila ngene bongo yen shi ade berere ka mech but kana wa gang kana rien kene to kontila ngene ko wa kap kana meken gurga ke security forces SSPDF kan dial gor kan editin wo kap kan meken ray duar shal kamerum bek wajan do badan dong wa kan meke je ke deni so mo de tere wujin wen mi gor gen wo kan de meken de kanang kana mo chi kana gor na mo mi shora lat chan right check man shala de UN chikala no te kurmudin mi be ray wuj ka South Sudan en korma we kan chaje long ka maka ko je chuang wa gwe ke jen wo be South Sudan be je nyogol re kurmudi long mi South Sudan be je dak ka jom chala gwasme kan New York kan Juba the United Nations Commission na ite konti la human right re wika South Sudan shi kan wonin ki kan so benene kan South Sudan gwe je no bolujre kurmudi ka ta dan gwe ke je ci UN General Assembly Commissioner Barney afako chala do nene jene South Sudan male dane shatan ke 2018 chaje pel en peace deal dane shalat ke male dane shatan kam kwar dangro kir kane dakmachar wantame yodo jeno chajia ke is falling apart ka jodan chala do nene antama take kor mi chiri nyoko toga kam de ni godin dangro ka chinala wona bana ko yan kanetun kontin la kwar chitamente dakama chate reti jen nyok chawna ko en kumkir mi yadit boga civiliani helicopter chari porma chaje to beken achi afa ko che joma che jella ne dialan content wi mon an go gwawo de ko de jafal ka de wona na ko de mal de jalat de kwa de ala content cha yen amene de ala content dong cha di ten to gonden content gatin ka cha yare wi ka South Sudan de ka de luin ke kwi mal ka ji wan chi ka report kan la do ne ka jan pai dok ye dane she we ron kin dang yen dang de jame ka ne ti shop ke kinit ku dang jog jen baro ne to ka ne ti cha displays ke cha joj 370,000 people te cha jo jantame te changane kem chikala advano ke million people te chuch katel kwara wika South Sudan kene 2.5 million South Sudanese wa ke refugee ka witin ko ken ke Ethiopia Kenya Uganda many IDP camp tintere wika South Sudan kene 2 million remain displaced inside the country la 2 million tekere kem ka kere IDP camp within South Sudan. Commission share Yasmin Soka jala do ne en chojo kana mani jene shi accident ki shi me bene jene shangat jene man made ki lat ke jega te da netin kono la kwar mnyozo kan kwar kontre wika South Sudan me kan mal kan kono no bi kenenu yo de jenwo be suffering me be wo nyam ke chojo mene jala do ne me right kwar kan no kono bi malbe ben kan de chojo di de me deratel ajana me ladje ke tet ke me sha plan akume South Sudan ka joda na gurkan je ngo bina buga chuj bika kwak bukan kula cham gata dan chikan lat ke je commission Kennedy United Nation chol Canadian and Jafka Union regional bodies enrami mom noko de mal der bere ko South Sudan no de ken netin kontin tumalte pingen de ken ke jako de ke pet ko de mal de jalat chajo mo cha jalat jen jodan yen ling na me ke jeri podan chala ji wen we can no South Sudan were ko midit chana re gadan chi to grey which ke Sudan chana jeling gwal mi chane ten wan long cha connecting kare ke chi to ka dulwal ka Sudan chala ro ne na doran shwal ke el fashir kan nos Darfur chi United Nation chi ke report chi kana ladene ne kana ne chi ko kudang wan wi jen bakel cha kan na gare ko ramo gwade dan chi ko che toktin kaso di maternity hospital wajen one of the worst incident ning me dane kwa kor kwa jeto gwan million ti kudang wan de jen bakelten no ka gwa tot ki ka gwa chek doro mo mishal ko el fashir UN spokesman Stephanie chela do nene jene ne me ta danan chin korche to jere wijin winami jene kor me jegalong ni me kwa kor kwa jeto ko ne chop ka 416 o de ke liu ka chankel ki gnen dangro wa me bejelong kariu ne na diala wa ken ke civilian ke jewe chara support force chaka ku der re ko ri to kal fashir jala do ne me ku kor ko to chang ka pai ngwaron kin dangro wi de jandangro wi de dok si walel ze organization kala do ne cha hospital shop ko kor jin badde gude die chaka ma ke chaka attack woni ka clinic ne re wi ka South Sudan goten kontrola wala ka to gutin na me jak ne ti chop ke kizur ku dangro ko bi ke liu ngwati dan e ci korche tokten chala da kenen wo na me reng mi de long wa nearly 50 new attack la magnet jendang di wa ci ne ri chop ke kit ci ga liutin are ko mone so namene ka dul wal karwade ka jodan chalat gwasme en mishirgan me chawna ko baganak ba manager Red Cross ki Red Crescent kanos ka do fan chagan ne di chop ko diech mi jakka ko ne peng ne diala kona shana ka kan ne chop jandang rewi de diech tila ji humanitarian worker ci tegdian cha batre wi ka Sudan ka kore dan cha to kane ti watop kanu kan batira support force wa ci kane ti ci kan kanak ka jodan chalat ka jom chalat gwasme wa kal fashir karwade wa ci civilian ke je wuti chop ke kin jandang dud bakel wa ci ruden bar within 3 days watch in Barton jen gwada dana liune rich of 460 ray ko dana ci to kam rapid support force kan deni Sudan jo me chalat in response ke jo dana chalu ji UN chikan la no ne chikan 20 million US dollars chikan ga European ka qui emergency fund coordinating country chuje long ray ka Darfur de ga mo ka lok kana kodafan kana Darfur kan gota content chire chiga tok tan long tin chu na tan long ka wer kana shang dar na me areng mu chora la rai wichin winimi ngai kona long ni shang ano kur mu tok ni shang la na la kana yar bane den chabel gwasame wa chajira support force chakabel bel ka ke wa kan chike jigoti chop ke 2000 civilian chicken kanak no Canada to wa chaka tur ke satellite chagu jeno chicken eti chicken kanak ne di kan ga jigre wich chicken gapel ko lat kan no ne eti ku kan support ne to kontla ji Sudan la Sudan army agenta dan ne kanaka wa en kuer dan en kula kabmen ka rapid support force wuda shalka me general Mohammed Abdan Daglo wa jen shellan mi shit ke me dan chi kontwong ne ga gwad mi chewe gwade sha ne chaji Darfur cha kanaktin kanitin kontin la deni kana wal wa jenta dan chor nyogum le rode tame wa pe mu dide long chajen nak ka jo dan chalat wa na me very shocking ki mi jega long ma shade lat wuje mi ka Sudan ban ngai kon mi te to lat jega long la ka to ga jen ma dan chor la me ci pe mu shena mo sheliu a jeslu an mi dide long mu de kolar no Sudan go ader te kamal kan kono woni am re na makami jiram jidit please go no jin subscribe ka bi notification bell bi jetwan jen goda na bana chok tan na me go no jin bi Changfied YouTube channel bi support ka bi share bi jatu bi ba an bi atagamal bye bye